Conservatives are the ones not supporting this bill. They should change their position. Thank you.
Down in St. Paul.
Mr. Speaker, the Liberals continue to deny that they're going after Canadian hunters with their latest gun ban, but the ban list is out, and hunters across the country have seen many of their commonly used firearms on that list. Hunters from Quebec, from Ontario, the Prairies, the North, our Indigenous hunters are all speaking out. Even legendary Montreal Canadian goalie Carey Price is speaking out, Mr. Speaker. And the CBC, in fact, just today said the list, quote, includes a number of long guns in wide use by Canadian farmers. So why won't the Liberals just admit that this was never about public safety, and it was their target all along to go after law-abiding hunters, sport shooters, and farmers, Mr. Speaker? This was their plan all along.
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, with great respect for my colleague, the intent of the government has always been clear. We are not targeting law-abiding gun owners or hunters. We are targeting the AR-15 style guns which have been used in some of the worst shooting tragedies in this country's history, including politic. But recently, the Conservatives' friends at the Coalition for Firearms Rights exploited the worst femicide in Canadian history for profit. This was a slap in the face to all of the families of the victims and the survivors of Polytechnique. And I'm wondering, will the Conservatives stand up now, condemn the CCFR, and ask them to apologize?
The Honourable Member for Fundy Royal.
Mr. Speaker, it seems the only person in this chamber that does not understand this bill is the minister himself. The bill lists in black and white the exact hunting rifles that the bill is banning. Constituents calling their members of parliament, both NDP and Liberal, they understand this bans hunting rifles. Carey Price, NHL goalie, understands it bans hunting rifles. The CBC, we know the Liberals read the CBC, they understand it bans hunting rifles. And we also know backbench Liberal MPs understand that this bill bans hunting rifles. You can't have it both ways. Either everyone else is wrong or the minute.
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'll be the first person to stand up and applaud the exemplary work of our rural caucus who defend the rights of hunters and collectors and recreational sport shooters every day. And the Conservatives can mock, Mr. Speaker, but our side of the House knows full well.
Order. Order. The Honourable Minister. Do it from the top, please.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Mr. Speaker. And before I was rudely interrupted by the Conservatives, and am again, I was highlighting the incredible work of our rural caucus and indeed of all of our caucus who understand the importance of the traditions of hunting. And I've met with them and will continue to be sure that we are not targeting those hunting guns, Mr. Speaker. That's why we're working closely with the members of the committee who are undertaking a very careful study of the language of that bill to make sure it is in alignment with our intent, which is to go after those AR-15 style firearms which were used in the likes of the Polytechnique. We never want another one of those tragedies again. Thank you.
Member for Fundy Royal.
Mr. Speaker, the minister has it all wrong. Everything he just said is contradicted by the actual text of the bill. The text that we understand, that Liberal backbenchers understand, that their constituents understand, but just because he says it so does not make it so. Their entire philosophy and approach to crime is flawed, Mr. Speaker. The evidence is in. Since they took office, violent crime up 32%, gang-related homicides up 90%, wow. Yet their plan to combat these things is to go after law-abiding hunters. They need to get their priorities straight, go after the gangsters, leave hunters alone.
Hear, hear. The Honourable Minister for... The Honourable Minister.
And I am one of those hunters, and I know I can speak for all the hunters in this room that we can't stand it when we see a firearm used, as we've heard earlier in Polytechnique, and take other innocent lives. Mr. Speaker, I would hope that we all want to work together to make this bill the best it can be. The terrible misuse of information that's out there has to stop, Mr. Speaker. I'm also going to tell you, I challenge anyone, please reach out with the specific make and model. The devil is in the details. The details of